So we're laying on the ground, our breath is flowing, start to feel your muscles opening to the earth. And as we breathe in, a little car fiasco inspires our class today, thinking of our heart as that battery of a car. And so we have to make sure that our battery is charged up, otherwise we'll have some issues, we'll get stranded somewhere. And so imagine as we go through class, we're trying to charge this battery. So the charge requires both positive and negative in order for the charge to happen at all. If you don't have one of those, there will be zero things that will go on. You could feed positive for all day, and without that negative charge, it just doesn't do anything. So imagine that up, as in reaching up toward the sky, toward the sun especially, is like our positive charge. And reaching down into the earth is like our negative charge today. So we're going to be focused on both of those, receiving energy from earth, receiving energy from the sun. And when they join together in the heart center, imagine that that's like that perfect balance. And so no matter how low your battery is right now, we just imagine by feeding those two charges back into the heart, we're going to leave much more charged than we were before. It's like we're putting our phone on that charger. And so with that inspiration, that idea in the back of the mind to lead us on, let's begin. The knees will start to come into the chest. Just give a nice, easy hug on each knee. And let the spine rock around just a little bit. Just kind of tuning into how the body feels so we can keep it in good balance and maintain greater balance. Good. And so already we'll start to extend to the upward direction. So let's allow ourselves to let both legs go up to sky. Hands are touching the back sides of the thighs. And what we're going to do with an exhale, slide your hands up the legs however high you can reach. And inhale, slide all the way back down. So it's almost like a little crunch, and we're stretching at the same time. So just follow your breath. Exhales and inhales. Getting stronger and more limber at the same time. Good. Let's take another 5, 4, 3, 2. Last one. Good. Now drop left leg on the ground. Just a simple stretch for right leg. Maybe you're doing some nice circles for the foot, or maybe you're focusing on the hamstring, straightening the knee or pulling it in. Just give it a couple of good breaths either way. And sliding the right hand up, maybe we can grab onto the right toes, or maybe it's more like the ankle area. Once we're there, start to open right leg out to the right. And leg comes back up to sky. Hands return onto the leg, giving it a good stretch, another breath or two. And we'll take that right ankle onto left thigh. Give it a hug around that left side. An easy hip stretch. Now start to straighten the left leg up. See if you can rid your hands a little bit above the knee. Getting back into that upward direction with the left leg. At the same time, we've got the right hip opening. Now as our hands release, muscularly lead that left leg up. Hands go onto this right leg, so we can either have hand on foot and knee or slide it deeper into elbows for the cradling position. Whatever you have hugging around that right leg, the left leg now has a chance to lower down and lift back up. We'll repeat that another 4. Down and up. 3. 2. And 1. And then lower the leg down, let it rest on the earth. Pause here, just a couple of breaths. And half happy baby, right hand grabs the outside edge of the right foot, pull the knee wide. Then when the hand releases from that foot, keep the knee bending out to that side, but set the foot down onto the ground. We're imagining that this is coiling the foot up, and then like you throw a ball, throw that right leg out. And then recoil back up in, and slide it out. The chance for the bones to kind of get thrown and pulled away from one another, which can create extra space where maybe there was tightness before. So maybe twice more, coil, and throw. Coil, and throw. Good. Let it rest. Left leg starts to open up to sky, clasp onto the backside, giving it a good stretch. Maybe you're focused on toes or on hamstring. You find that perfect balance. Maybe try to slide left hand up. If you reach toes, great. If not, that's okay. And let the legs start to open up to the left. Good, leg comes back up, give it a couple of breaths, right there in the center again. And left ankle to right thigh, give it a hug. Straightening up the right leg, maybe see if you can clasp hands above the other shin. And leave that right leg muscularly there. Start to set up that hug around the left shin. So maybe it's using hands, maybe using elbows. Whenever you have the hug in place, this right leg drops down and up. Repeating 4, 3, 2, 1. And then let the leg rest all the way to the ground, keeping the hug around left shin. Good, half happy baby. Left knee gets pulled out to the left. And releasing the hand, the foot goes on the ground, like that coiled up position. And then throw the leg out. Just a good release all the way down the bones. So 3, 2. And when you get to that last one, let it stay. With the bones and the muscles much more open like this, let's take a deep breath all the way in. Just a long, relaxed exhale to enjoy. Good. Both legs back up to sky. Now this time, rather than directly kind of crunching up with the hands there, what we're going to do is open the arms out to left and right. We're going to use more of the oblique area. So right hand tries to crunch up toward left foot, and then left hand up to right foot. Once we've done the position with both legs together, then we open both legs out wide, and then right hand over to left foot, or however close you can get, left hand to right, and then legs back up together. And just continue like that. So opposite, opposite, open, and then opposite, opposite, together. And you'll just keep on repeating a couple more times. I like to do an exhale each time I'm going up toward the crunch. Inhales in between. Just a little bit of simple strengthening. Good, so let's do one more round to each. And then when the legs are back up, let's rock our way up towards sitting. Let the legs go straight out in front of you, and don't feel like you're forcing your way forward, but just see how much it wants to ease its way in toward a forward fold for a moment. As we start to straighten back up, bring the arms out in front of us. If it's hard to sit up tall, you can have a little bit of bend knee, that'll help us. But the idea here is a slow exhale to go kind of halfway back to the point at which we can still control it. And then inhale, sit up, bring arms up. Just keep it at a slow breath pace. Exhale, inhale. Feel like this is the downward action. And then this is the upward action. So negative and positive. So if we're still doing okay, let's take 5 more. 4. 3. 2. Going back, this time stay an extra breath up. Inhale. And exhale, drop forward. Maybe it's a hair deeper than it was a moment ago. Good. Sitting back up. Slide the right foot in. We're first straightening the spine upward, and then to take the twist, left hand or left elbow hooks around that right knee. So again, upward action first, and then continue to rotate around that tall side. Turning forward, let that right thigh drop down to the earth. Inhale, reach up toward the sky. Exhale, relax down toward earth. Pausing here for a moment. And when we rise back up, we're going to flip the right leg around for a quadricep stretch. So know that if you need it easier on the knee, you'll point it much further to the side. To make it harder, to make it deeper, you'll point more forward. And know that the moment the knee starts to lift off the ground, that's our muscles telling us that's about the edge. So we'll start to head backwards. Establish the tailbone scoop, so tailbone tucks under. And feel how that already deepens it. So if you need more, maybe left elbow, maybe right. And just take a couple of breaths wherever you end up with a good stretch. Right, inhale. Exhale, reverse our way back up. Free out the right leg, straightening it out. And then left foot slides in. Remember, posture tall first. And then right hand or elbow hooks around the knee. From the straight spine, we just rotate, spiraling around. Returning forward, let the thigh drop down. Now reach up, sun, drop down, earth. And rising up, swivel the left knee around. Remember to listen to the knee, making sure we're not hurting it. It can go as wide as it needs to go. We'll start to head backwards, so maybe hands in a tailbone scoop, maybe right elbow, maybe left. Just find the perfect position, not too much, not too little. Definitely a good stretch. Another beautiful inhale. And exhale, reverse our way up. Free out the leg. And let's let both knees have a little release and cobbler's pose. Let the spine relax forward. If there's any tight stuff on the neck, maybe you'll just kind of let the neck slowly go right. And Beautiful. So rising up, let's take our legs underneath us. We're kneeling. So in our cat-cows, play with that contrast between spine trying to touch up to the sky and then belly trying to touch down to the earth. Don't feel any sense of rush. We're going as slow as we need to go to really enjoy the open. One more full breath cycle each direction. And with spine at neutral, we'll take some little mini flows. So hands walk forward. Just an easy lowering down to the belly on earth. And then don't feel like you're forcing anything in the back bends too much. Take a nice easy baby cobra. And then all the way back into child's pose. I like to pause here at least a full breath cycle, letting those back muscles stretch. And then at your own pace, you'll take about 3 more of those. So back to that easy lowering down. Little baby cobra, maybe slightly deeper each time. The child's pose. And just 2 more at the pace that you like. When you get to that last child pose, stay a couple of bonus breaths. We'll give our hands a chance to walk off the mat on the right side. And off the mat on the left side. And right back through the center, take another beautiful breath in and out. And then we're coming up toward a high kneeling position. We're tucking the left toes behind us, and then the right leg slides open to the right. So we'll do a half camel pose. So left hand works its way for that left heel. Once we have that, push the hips forward. The right hand makes its way up towards sky. Or if your back can handle it, continue to open that hand behind you into a heart opener. Feel that heart, that battery space, opening up to receive charge. So good inhale, exhale, rise. Take it as slow as you need, eventually lower down toward elbows. Usually I get into a good stretch by kind of flattening the low back, but if you need more, you can always inch your elbows closer to the straight leg. Back up onto hands. This right foot makes its way up to the space in front of us. We'll take a few slow cycles, letting the hips scoot forward and letting the front leg straighten. Imagine a lawnmower that you have to grab it and then pull to get the motor going. So imagine that's kind of what we're doing here. It's like we're winding it up, and then just doing that long pull back. Just helping all the energy in our system start to get kind of kick-started with this. So maybe one more. And then when the leg is straight, we can either pause here, that nice easy half split, or if anybody wants to inch toes forward, closer toward full split, you can take that option if you wish. About 4 or 5 deep belly breaths when we get there. Inhale and exhale, ease your way out. It may be nice to take a little downward facing dog. And maybe that right leg is lifting up to sky to kind of give it a transition out of that deep stretch we did. Maybe send the toes behind your back. Good. When you feel ready for second side, gently lower to knees. Keep those right toes tucked, left leg slides open to left. Right hand goes for that heel. Left hand reaches up to sky, or maybe continue to arch back for the heart to receive. Another good inhale. And exhale, take your time easing out. Drop down to elbows. You could always inch closer to the straight leg if you wish. Right, coming back up on the hands. You can continue to swing the left foot in front of us a couple of rounds, almost like that lawn mower, pulling it to get that motor going. Let's take 2 more before we pause. The next time you go towards straight, you can either pause with a nice easy half split, or if you want to slide forward closer to full, that's okay. Try to take maybe 2 more deep belly breaths. As we ease out, perhaps let's go straight to down dog. If it felt nice before, maybe left leg tries to stretch up to sky, or send those toes behind you. Really any movements that help the body to recover. This will continue to be one of those types of down dogs where you just stay as long as it's useful. At some point when you're ready, you'll make your way to the top of the mat. Whether we're touching hands onto floor or onto shins, it doesn't matter too much, but establish one hand as down, and then start to rotate the other hand is up, like a lightning rod, just stretching up to sky. And we'll switch hands out. Good, dropping down. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale, rise. Good. So from here, we'll take a nice mountain pose. So feel the core lightly engaging. It's like instead of letting ribs cage splay out, it's like we're tucking that into a nice knitted area. And then sometimes I'll usually do shoulders back and even head slightly back to feel this good posture. So we'll be returning to this a couple of times. Try to make it feel very much like this each time. So now let's take a moment to let the knees go soft, and then the arms swing up, and the arms swing back. So it's like a little bounce with the knees each time. I've heard of a Tai Chi instructor saying, you know, just do this 400 times a day. That'll be one of the best things you could do for your energy. Because really, if you notice, you're grounding your feet all the way into the earth. There's like suction cups on the ground right now. And that swinging motion, getting to drop down with gravity and then swinging back up, it's like we're clearing out all those electrical channels. Let's do 2 more each. And 1 more. Good. And then drop right back down toward that tall posture, arms by our sides. Feel the core lightly engaged, shoulders back, head maybe back. Good. And a few rounds, the first part of a sun salutation. So inhale, circle arms up to sky. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, drop down. Bend the knees, set the hips back, sweep the arms up next to the ears, fierce pose. Straighten the legs, a little arch back. And arms drop down by our sides, feel that same engagement in mountain. So core, shoulders, and head. 2 more like that, inhale up. Exhale down. Half lift. Exhale down. Bending the knees, sweep the arms up, fierce. Straighten the legs, arch back. Arms down by our sides, that strong mountain. Feel the core, shoulders, head. 1 more, inhale, circle up. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, drop down. Inhale, fierce. Exhale, straighten legs. Inhale, slight arch. And exhale, arms down by the sides. Take another breath to feel the feet grounding down, feel the spine lifting up. Good. Arms circle up to sky, inhale. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, hands down, just right foot slides to the back of the mat, drops the heel down. So front knees bent, and we sweep our arms up, we're in warrior 1. So feel this opposing action, the legs trying to ground down while the spine tries to rise up. A nice inhale. Exhale, front leg goes straight, hands to hips. Let's bow forward. When we get to a good spot, maybe hands drop down the shin, or maybe the floor. Try to keep the front leg very straight. Transition out, we're going to balance on the front foot. So shift your weight over that leg, the hands go forward. If you're floating the back leg at hip height, that's a nice supported warrior 3. Otherwise, continue to float the leg, standing split. Maybe hands walk closer to the standing foot. Maybe one hand wraps around, maybe both. Good, and everything drops down. Take a couple of breaths, forward fold. Coming up through fierce pose, bend the knees, bend the hips back, sweep the arms up. Straighten the legs, a little arch. And hands drop down by our sides, a moment with mountain. Feel the core, shoulders roll back, head back. And second side, inhale up, exhale down. Inhale, half lift. And exhale down, slide left foot back, still down immediately. Arms sweep up, warrior one. Feel the legs grounding down, feel the arms stretching up. Front leg straightens, hands to hips. Bend forward. Maybe lower down to shin or to floor. And bumping hands forward, standing split or supported warrior three. Good. Drop down, feel the spine relax. Take a full breath in and out. Inhale, rise. Hands down to heart. Shift your weight onto left foot, feeling that side ground down. We try to see if we can grab right foot and right hand behind us. And at first it's just an easy quad stretch, so usually I'll keep the knees close together, tailbone scoops under. If you need more, maybe the knee pulls back a little bit. And this is absolutely acceptable to just stay here. This is a good challenge and a good stretch at the same time. But if anybody wants to try dancer, keep the standing foot grounding down as the left hand tries to stay up. So then if you're going into dancer, it's not about reaching forward. It's about trying to keep that hand up as you kick the foot into the right hand. Keep the lift. Another inhale, and exhale, release. Bring the hands to the thighs, just an easy half lean. And I'm resetting that spine. Good, coming back up. Grab left hand and left foot. That easy balance, quad stretch. If you want to try dancer, the right hand tries to reach up and we keep it upward. Maybe foot gets into the hand, but it's more about the up than the leaning forward. Good, another inhale. And exhale, release. Inhale, circle arms up to sky. Exhale, forward fold. Pausing that extra breath or two, giving the spine that break. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, hands drop down, right foot slides to back of mat, warrior one, sweep the arms up. So that up and down action. Then rotate open, warrior two. And here we'll go into triangle pose. So again, trying to find that up and down. We'll straighten the front leg. Hips are as if we're squeezing them in between panes of glass. They're very flat to the side. Left hand reaches forward. And then when it drops to the shin, that's a good downward grounding. The other hand up to sky. So the upward. Good. And rising up, turn the toes to the side, this long edge of the mat, and take a moment with that nice wide angle forward fold. You choose the favorite arm position. Bending the knees. Bring our hands up to the thighs, turning the toes open to 45-degree angles. Push the thighs into the stretch. Maybe rotate one shoulder forward and the other. Good. Straighten both legs. Step up to the top of the mat. Inhale, circle up to sky. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, hands down, left foot back. Warrior one. Rotating open to warrior two. Front leg straightens. Reach right hand forward to drop it down to shin. That's the downward action. Right hand up to sky, upward action. Like a lightning pull. Rod getting all set up for us, nice and tall. Beautiful. Rising up. Turn the toes to the long edge. A nice forward fold. We'll go into frog pose from here. So I'll usually walk my feet backwards until I'm not on the mat, so that I can curl my two edges of the mat in. That'll give me a little bit of extra padding, so that when I press my knees wide onto the mat, my knees have just that little bit extra. Good. So then once you've got the knees wide, you can drop down to elbows. You can use the mirrors or just your body awareness to get the hips right over the knees, so right in line with the knees. We're not going forward, we're not going backward like a child pose, we're in that highest spot right in the middle. So I would bring your hips forward just a hair. So knees were great, and then hips just, yep. Just a hair more, forward to the back door. Like walk your elbows forward, yep. Just a little more, right about there. Let's try to take 3 more deep belly breaths. Let the hips drop down to the ground. The feet will take a few windshield wipers, just left and right, nice and easy. Good. When it feels like we're good to come to a seated place, open the mat back out. And once you're there, feet in front of you, do a few more windshield wipers, knees left and right. And just feel that entire rotation through the hip socket. Good. So taking the legs into cobbler's pose. Let the spine release up and over. It's funny how in this pose we have to kind of lift up to be able to really melt down. Then rising up, pick up the right knee, flip it over to the left knee, and then a little bit of separation. So, yep, so you're there, just slide the knee. So you were here, just slide it this way. Yep. So you can either stay right here and just walk the hands off to left, or you can take this left foot and place it on right hip, and then spiral around. If you have the foot up, you can maybe take the left hand to grab the left toes behind your back. Don't feel like you're forcing anything, and don't feel like you have to necessarily even take the foot up if you don't want to. But spiraling, yeah, just stop. Good, a nice inhale. Exhale, release the spiral. Slide the foot free. Take a nice, easy cobbler right there in the center again. And spine up. Flip left knee over to right, and then some separation. If you want to try to take right foot up to that left hip, that's fine, but don't force the knee. And then maybe we're just spiraling our spine off to the right side, or maybe right hand goes behind our back, trying to grab the toes. Good, release. Flip the legs back, open into cobbler, relax spine forward. And spine up, legs wide. Reach forward and through. Beautiful. Rising up. From here, we take our journey towards Shavasana. So if your body has any last poses it wants, go ahead and take them. For instance, maybe you're going down onto your back and you're doing a happy baby or plow pose, a little twist. So whatever would help the body to feel complete, take as much time as you need to explore through any of those last things. Wait until your body knows it's time for Shavasana. So don't feel any sense of rush, just this tender exploration with your system. Giving your body what it wants, what it needs. No rush to get to Shavasana. There's still things you're exploring, but when your body knows that it's a good time to start settling down, just imagine you're like that, maybe like a phone that's hooked up to its charger, and maybe the battery previously was pretty low. So now just all you get to do is just relax here on this charger and just let yourself get filled up. Just keep that breath flowing good and deep in. Out. That's all we have to do for the next couple of minutes together. Here, begin to take deeper breaths. Begin to allow little movements start to return to the body, maybe just with fingers and toes at first. Ankles and wrists. Stretching out like we're waking up first thing in the morning. Only when you're ready, taking a beautiful fetal position off to one side. Don't feel like there's any rush here. Maybe we're pausing here another full 4 or 5 rounds of breath before we rise up. No rush. Just keep the breath flowing. We've got a few more moments to be together. And when you feel it's time, you're welcome to begin to rise. So as hands gather together in front of the heart center, imagine that's like us connecting the circuit one more time. And imagine that through the hands we can feel how the heart is doing, that battery center. How charged is it at this point? Maybe a bit more than we were a little while ago. And so realize with this extra charge, with this energy, it's almost like we can head forward toward any direction we can imagine. And so what is it that we'd like to do with this power, this flow, this energy? And so with that simple question to help lead us on, let's wrap up the time we got to share together today. The sound of Om. Deep inhale now. Om. May we be filled with light and happiness and peace. Namaste.